Okay, this is a take two on this recording. I'm probably gonna forget all the cool shit that I said last time. So today we're gonna be talking about black inceldom in particular. Um, a couple of days ago, I came across people going over this guy's videos, and I feel like, don't get me wrong, he says a lot of stupid shit that's worth vitriol and laughing at. But I feel like a lot of people fail to have actual socio-political analysis on the problems that a lot of incels, in particular black incels, face. Because, okay, first of all, starting from the get go at the beginning, a lot of people don't become incels because they're necessarily bad people. A lot of people often at the times become incels because when you look for dating advice on the internet, instead of finding leftist channels or even intermediate people that just want to talk about dating with nuance and understanding, if not out just straight up white supremacists and neo Nazis, you wind up finding a lot of people that are just straight up right wing grifters or misogynist psychopaths. And this and a byproduct of this, especially in the black community, where there's a power vacuum of political thought, especially on the left, you don't really find too many people that can give you actual nuanced advice about why dating, stereotyping, and social standards are the way that they are in certain communities. In my previous recording of this that I attempted to do, which I may or may not upload on its own anyway, was I talked about why subcultures exist in the black community as they do. Because I feel like a lot of young black people become incels mostly. It's not necessarily from being fat. It's not necessarily from how their hair or teeth looks. It's often at the time you have a lot of black nerdy people who are ostracized from their community, and instead of finding a place where they can have constructive analysis about how white supremacy forces black people to live under certain stereotypes, they come across videos that tell them that there's something wrong with the black community itself, or in particular something wrong with black women. And as we talk about what's wrong with the black community in general, it's mostly just institutional racism, white supremacy, and capital interests, trying to maintain a working underclass in the black community. As we talk further about this, you can see that after 1968, about 1972, Richard Nixon started the drug war to compensate from the civil rights gains that black people had experienced during the civil rights movement, which also led to which led to the drug war starting in mass incarceration and harsh sentencing for black people. This predatory policing and its rise in violence and drug crime led to a highly traumatized and reductive community, further even stunted by the fact that a lot of leftist black people were, if not outright killed, were shunned to the back of black political thought, and the only black people that we had for black political thought, if not outright white supremacists themselves, like Thomas Sowell being one of the oldest ones that I can think of, and I think Marcus Garvey too, being outright white supremacists aligned like them two guys are, or like Kevin Samuels would be a more modern example. They would be zealots who promote a veneer of black radicalism, but at the end of the day are reinforcing a lot of the same problems that black people deal with in society through promoting things like segregation. Basically, I'm talking about like the Hotep movement, the Black Hebrew Israelites and stuff are also a part of this problem, where a lot of black people are looking for political analysis on the things that they've experienced, and instead of hearing about the drug war, institutional racism, and cheap labor and what have you, you get to hear about how black people just need to try to, most of the time be more like white people. And then I also need to talk about the slanderization of black women in the black community. The number one thing I can say as I speak about this is that do not essentialize all black women into a box, and don't live your life as a reactionary, just reacting and being angry about everything that you experience in life. And I'm not telling you not to feel your feelings. I'm not telling you not to talk to somebody about things, but or look up things that you've been through, but make sure you're talking to somebody that's constructive and smart, and not somebody who's aggressively just trying to get your attention with rage bait of quote unquote black women twerking in public or some shit like that. And furthermore, about the way that black women are treated, because a lot of people have this image in their head that all black women are a certain type of way, whether it be mean or be gold diggers. Number one, about the gold digger thing, some women are like that of every race, but it's all about the women that you are choosing to chase after and you are choosing to learn from. You can choose to speak to you know you could choose to speak to women who just have regular jobs and who are just looking for somebody to take care of them and care for themselves. But are you chasing women who live their lives off their looks, who live their lives off superficiality? It's your choice about the type of women that you want to pursue. And I feel like that's one of the number one you know issues with that stereotype. Furthermore, because a lot of people might be wondering, why are black women kind of not even necessarily mean, but a little bit more abrasive and on guard. Number one, there's literally a movement on the internet trying to strip women of their rights, and there's a lot of guys out there who are actually um, are part of this movement. So black women have to be on guard by them. And also, the mistreatment of black women, and I guess every black person, is a byproduct of things that can even go back to slavery, where a lot of black women, especially if they're light skinned, are stereotyped as whores, harlots, and zealots that are trying to seduce people into taking care of them. They're forbidden whores, and or they're called ugly because they're dark skinned or their hair grows a certain way. So black women has a unique experience growing up dealing with racism, being at the lower end of the socioeconomic center, and also dealing with white supremacist beauty standards. Some people out there may be stupid enough to say that, oh, so you seeing like Beyonce deals with it? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying your average black woman. Don't even try that with me. Because a lot of people out there try to say an entire demographic of people isn't facing oppression because they know one or two of that demographic that's quote unquote rich or making it and stuff like that. And I feel like that's a really stupid argument. And last but not least, relating back to the drug war and institutional racism in our country, especially, racism did not just end in 1968. A lot of even though racism legally ended on the book, it's in many ways racism got replaced economically or socially, which eventually led to having a lot of problems that we have today. Violent crime, gang violence, and a lot of traumatized black men and women coming up. You just see a lot of hurt people hurting people. Because this drug war and the institutional racism has led to a lot of black people, mistreating their spouses, taking things that they've been through on their spouses, and not really ever having an understanding about who they are or the things that they've been through. And I feel as though I covered everything I possibly could on this intro subject about the socio-political project of stunting black people and keeping our labor cheap, and how it ties into things that even hurts working class white people. But that can be a whole nother video by itself. Secondly, I want to give some actual dating advice. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail this time because this is a 25-minute video. I'm trying to keep this shit short. So I will say this about quote unquote dating and stuff like that, and this regardless of any race that you are. Number one, women really only want about 2 or 3 things, I think. Number one, don't be abusive. And by don't be abusive, I don't mean just like not putting your hands on them. You can be abusive in many ways. Like a lot of y'all with these shitty political views where you're going around saying, oh, I wouldn't let my wife wear this, I wouldn't let my wife wear that. Shit that doesn't happen, by the way. Or stereotyping, black women to do certain things or live a certain way that, they don't live, or saying that they do things that they usually under normal circumstances don't do. 3, I think I can also say that most women don't want somebody that's quote unquote rich. Most black women just honestly want somebody that's trying. Most black women just honestly, or women in general, just want somebody that has a job and that they feel that they can trust and take care of them. Plus, most relationships are dual income nowadays, so your average woman isn't expecting you to pay, buy everything, or do everything. And I guess without further ado, we can get to this guy's video. I just want to give a little analysis and nuance, because I feel like, don't get me wrong, this guy's about to say a lot of dumb shit that's worth making fun of. But I feel like a lot of leftists just hear these people say dumb shit and then they just like look to the side and snicker. But it's like the things that a lot of quote unquote incels think in the way that they are, you know, and I guess that's any kind of bigotry though, like misogyny, racism, white supremacy. It's not because people are intrinsically bad. People are there trying to be bad. It's often of the time because of, you know, they lived a certain way that has caused them to react instead of, you know, analyzing the things that they've been through. And then last but not least on this subject, I will say that it's like I said when I started this video. The sad thing about our internet culture and dating environment being run off clicks, ad revenue, and advertisement is that when you're actually looking for real dating advice, like real advice that can really change things for you and make a difference, you, instead of finding people that I would like recommend myself, you know, FD Signifier, Vosh, or like Xander Hall, I feel like those three, especially FD Signifier, has a couple of good videos breaking down and talking about black masculinity, the manosphere, and you know, black manhood. Or man, and then Vosh and Xander got the whole spiel in general. And I feel as though before you find people that actually got good breakdowns of the problems that we deal with in society, you find people with, you know, just a lot of terrible, awful opinions about, you know, different subject matters. Without further ado, let's go.
Fucking everything. They like.
Here we go.
Their top 10 lists. Another top 10 list.
Actually, I'm pausing. I'll be right back real quickly. Your little funky ass gonna fart. That damn cat. That's right. Don't fart in here next time.
I've been thinking about doing this video for a while. Of course, I did my 10 reasons why AEW right here is better than WWE. Of course, I did that. But anyway, so I decided to do another 10 reasons list, and this one pertains to women. So what I'm going to do here today, and like I said, I've been planning on doing this for a while. This is going to be my 10 reasons why women of this generation are trash. Yes, that's right. I've made videos like this before. I did a live stream not too long ago, like I think last month, basically just giving like, you know, various legitimate points as to why I believe that women of this generation are just trash. They're just difficult. They're just hard to deal with. They're hard to cope with. And again, I'm going to say this again. Not every single woman is like this. There are some good ones out there. And I cannot stress this enough because I have encountered some cool-ass women on here. I've encountered some cool-ass people on here.
And I will tell you, if you got to say that, you're not really defending yourself from the accusations of being a misogynist or a sexist or a possible fascist. Because at the end of the day, when you say like, oh, this is be like saying like, hey, I had some good experiences and I met a few cool black guys. So I'm not being racist. I'm not saying anything racist, but I've met some cool black people before. But we have to talk about these certain issues in the black community. Like I like Kanye West, for instance. So I'm not a racist. See, you can't just make a entire video, a 25-minute video, being a, you know, misogynistic rat, and then, you know, try to at the beginning preempt the accusation by saying like, no, I've met cool women before.
Here, men and women. I've encountered some cool people on here. Women as well. There are some good ones.
But mostly men.
And to those good ones, I respect you and I appreciate you. The problem is that it's just the vast majority of them, the rest of them, just, to me, aren't all that good. Okay? They have problems. And a lot of them don't seem to want to fix their problems. They seem to be happy or proud of who they are. You know, it's like the old saying, it takes a bad apple to spoil the bunch. Well, there are a lot of fucking bad apples out there.
Ooh, if only a lot of right-wing people would apply this logic to the police.
A lot of bad apples out there. 95% of those apples are rotten. You just have to find.
I wouldn't even really say that because don't get me wrong, women are human beings, and I will not take agency from women because, ironically enough, that would be sexist. But it's not like a 95% of women are bad people thing. Most women are regular human beings. Most women, I'm sure, are just regular good people. It's all about the women that you're choosing to chase in the spaces that you take your ass in. Cause it's like I said, this my wife described to me that she has known a lot of men who would like go to the strip club and try to court the women there, and then when the women there, of course, inevitably laugh at them like they're damn fools, they act all out of shape and offended that these women didn't want anything to do with them. So I just find that kind of funny that this guy or anyone else was will 1 second sort of say like, oh, there's a lot of 1 second they would say like, oh, there's, man, whatever. Like I guess I said what I said. I said what I said. I don't need to even like repeat myself.
That one good apple, those 1 or 2 good apples. But anyway, so enough of me rambling. Let me just get to the list, okay? So this is 10 reasons why women of this generation are trash. So let's begin. Number 1, they are habitual liars. They lie about quite a bit of shit. I can't tell you how many fucking.
This is like a hefty fucking accusation that, like I said, these are things like this. If you say this about any other demographic, you immediately be called, that that word for for saying this thing. Because if you say it like all X group of people are liars, that's fucking ridiculous. You cannot assume that a lot of a certain demographic of people are liars. And like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that women don't lie, period. But it's like, number one, dude, a lot of women, and it's like, fuck it. And I see why people were making fun of him, bro, because that's fucking terrible for you to say. Maybe a lot of women lied to you and said that they were busy because they didn't want to go on a date with you, because they know not because it's not because you're fat. It's not probably even because you do your hair a certain way or don't shower. It's probably because your far right political views make you an insufferable piece of shit to go around. So they just be like something, oh, I'm gonna be busy that night, oh, I'm working at night. A lot of women will do shit to avoid you when they find out that you're a bad person, bro, who says like dumb shit like this for no fucking reason. And it's like, I can rant about this all day, but there's no evidence, there's nothing to debunk here. It's just a lazy stereotype, dude. And you can't just say lazy stereotypes about entire demographics of people. That's ridiculous.
Sometimes I've had women blatantly lie to me, and I've had to catch them on that fucking lies later. I'm very instinctual. I'm very observant. Okay, I observe things. Okay, I pick up on things very quickly. I mean, people think that I'm just this idiot on here. I'm not. Okay, I'm very instinctual. Okay, I actually once studied, well, not studied, but I actually had plans or dreams, what have you, of even being a detective, because I'm just like, I just notice things. I notice the little things. I pick up on the little details. And things that I notice about women is they lie about a lot of shit.
Like what?
And I tend to pick up on these lies pretty quickly.
What?
And when I see it, I call it out.
What do they lie
But
about?
man, women, they just lie about everything.
Like what?
They lie about fucking everything.
You're not gonna
They
tell
lie
me
about
what?
their jobs. They lie about, some of them lie about how they look. Catfish, what have you. I mean, some guys like.
Everybody fucking does that. Exactly. Some guys do it too. Everybody of every demographic lies about shit, dude. And then it's like he's gonna go on a whole spiel about, oh, they lie about their jobs, they lie about their looks, bro. Everybody lie about everything. There's a lot of niggas on the internet who pretend like they're fucking billionaires, bro. It's people on the internet who pretend like they're models. It's people on the internet who pretend like they're going hiking and mountain climbing. There's people on the internet who pretend to do all type of shit, bro. Lying is not tied to the demographic of being a woman. Men use filters. Men catfish. There was an entire show called Catfish where motherfuckers of any sexuality would literally lie about the way that they look and say that, oh, I look like this, I'm using my brother's profile. It's women that do that now. They use pictures of their sister. They use pictures of their best friends and shit like that. Men do it too. They use pictures of, like, their friend that they think looks good and shit like that in order to talk to a certain woman or something like that because they're interested in talking to her. And they want to use, a certain look to get her attention and shit like that. So this bullshit about, it's just women lying is just, what I said is bullshit. This is fucking pathetic, man.
that too, but I'm just saying, women specifically lie about a lot of shit. And one thing that they commonly lie about, and this is something I very commonly notice, they lie about their age. Women lie about their age all the time, especially online. Especially.
Whoa, dude, I think that's a you problem. What type of women are you talking to, man? Are you like getting on the fucking internet and talking to like 17-year-olds in on Discord or something like that? And then it's like this, bro. If a woman, and like let's say like in a vacuum, because I doubt that this happens on purpose, because it's like this, bro. Whether you are on Tinder or Hinge or Bumble, and most women on there are going to be of age because they require age verification before you can sign in and make a profile. And if at any point you find out that this girl is below the age of 18, you stop talking to her. You just stop. You don't have to keep talking to her, and then you get mad because some woman lied about her age. And it's like, yeah, some women do that sometimes. And yes, it has probably gotten people in trouble. But, me, I'm sorry. I don't know if it's the anti-men in me, or is it the radical like left feminism. I feel like a lot of y'all niggas be full of shit. Y'all be knowing full well that a lot of these girls be between 14 and 17 years old, but you keep talking to them anyway. Like, for instance, dude, I'm 28. And if I go to the bar or some shit like that, right? And she says, she doesn't have an ID. She left her ID at home. She doesn't have a driver's license. She doesn't have a job. She's still in school, high school, that is. You should kind of pick up and see that, hey, this bitch is underage. And like, and the most you should do is let it slide if she's like in 12th grade and try to like, ask her parents if you can. But it's clues, bro. It's so many fucking clues that a woman is clearly fucking underage, but y'all will ignore all of them. And then when you find out a year later that they was these 14 to 17, then you fucking make the Pikachu face. When you should have known when she told you she was in school. You should have known when she told you that she didn't know how to drive. You should have known when she told you that she didn't have a job or wasn't going to college and didn't really have any fucking income. You should have known the time you picked her up in your car and she had on a fucking school uniform, bro. And it's like, I don't know what it is in me about that. Like, because I'm trying to be kind of nuanced about it, but so maybe like women can lie in a way to get away with it, but it's like, no, bro. And the most time they can get away with it is about June, July, and August during summer vacation. Because in September, minors go back to fucking school. And if clearly for 8 hours a day in the morning, your unemployed girlfriend or girl that you're talking to don't respond to you, clearly she's fucking underage, man. Put in some fucking effort. Think for yourself. Save yourself. And that's giving y'all motherfuckers too much credit. Because often at a time even further, y'all know how old these girls are, but you lie to yourselves to fucking justify it. I've seen it a million times back when I was in high school. I see it sometimes today. You have niggas, bro, and I hate to say the N-word, even though I'm black, YouTube, I'm black. But you have niggas that are like 19, 20, 21, talking to a 16, 17-year-old girl talking about Romeo Juliet laws or oh, she looked older. Oh, she'd be 18 in about 7.5 months. That's not that long. Y'all lie to y'all fucking self to justify y'all fucking predatory behavior, bro. And it's disgusting. I don't believe and it's like just the way that y'all don't believe women. I don't believe y'all when y'all say that shit. I don't give this kind of shit. I don't give this a honest shot at being a honest mistake. I feel like a lot of y'all niggas, when y'all wind up talking to girls that are underage, you wind up going to jail for it, or you wind up having to register as a sex offender. It's your fault. Often of the fucking time.
I got a lot of fucking women online.
Especially nowadays with a lot of y'all motherfuckers promoting like, oh, a woman hits her wall after 22, she's not worth it. That's because she becomes like politically literate and socially aware after 22 on average. Some women, of course, can do that a little earlier. So y'all just want women that y'all can take advantage of. But yeah, with rhetoric like that, you can tell a lot of y'all niggas are just predatory. Period.
who just blatantly lie about their age. I can use a few examples of things on here on YouTube, but I'm just not going to mention that. But yeah,
what?
women lie about a lot of shit. They lie about their age. They lie about how they look. They lie about their job. They lie about what they do. They lie about what they're doing now or at the time.
Men always do that shit too. It's men that literally would be fucking another woman and their wives ask them, "What are you doing?" And then they would be cheating on them. Like, I don't understand this like essentialization between gender about fucking lying. And then if this guy clearly with his like far right political chauvinist views on dating, relationships, and women, a woman would lie to you because she don't want to hurt your feelings, and I feel like this is the main reason women lie to motherfuckers like you. They don't want you to come after them and stalk them or do some shit to them. So they let you down gentle by lying to you about shit when they're not interested. So they don't wind up like that one girl in the video where the girl, he went to the police station with the girl's father on the phone saying that he'll fuck him up if he keep messing with his daughter. Because people like you do that shit. So women have to lie to get you off their tail.
When you message them, they lie about fucking everything. Anything and everything that can be lied about, they lie about. So yeah, so it is what it is. I'm not saying that guys don't do that shit too, because guys lie. There are some guys out there who lie just as much, but I'm just saying women are just habitual liars.
Dude, oh my fucking god, dog. The lying bracket between gender is 50 fucking 50. No gender lies more than the other. Lying, it varies by person how much somebody can lie. There's plenty of men out there that lie more than like most women that you probably could have fucking come across. Men constantly fucking lie, for reassurance and to get away with certain shit. And to, carry a certain way of thinking. So, like I said, I don't accept this, bro. You got to come up with some better arguments. Like, women they just like to lie. Like, no. All genders lie, bro. Well, both genders lie. I guess you could say, there's people out there that believe that it could be many possibilities of gender expression. So I guess you could say every gender lies, bro. Lying is a human thing. And often the times with somebody like you, I can guarantee you, if a woman has ever lied to you, it's out of them being like scared for their fucking safety. And I feel like as we get further into this video, because we're only on lying right now, I can only imagine the type of shit we're going to be going to talk about at like 18 minutes.
Lie constantly. Some of them lie just constantly. And a lot of it is just bullshit, but so that's number one. Number two, they start conflicts for no reason. I have no idea what the hell it is, but apparently there are a lot of women I've found who just like to start shit for the sake of starting shit. Because it just...
Dude, you know how many motherfucking guys on the street, bro? Like, I don't know if you ever like been outside. I guess you are in this video. But I'm talking about like like at the mall or in restaurants. Like, if you are outside long enough, you can clearly see that because most of the fights that I've seen in my life, public fights, some of which involve white men, it's always men who are fighting. Men start shit. Men are the ones that are always in pissing contests. Men get shit started. Women sometimes, and I feel like it's less so. Women have a different way of going about conflict and conflict resolution. Men are violent and fucking barbaric at times, the way that we look at and treat each other. So, I don't accept this shit either, where you're trying to say that, women, start shit. Because like I said, most of the street fights that I've been in have been against men. So I don't understand what you're saying. And then even if we talking about like drama shit, men being drama like a motherfucker from a lot of fucked up shit that they do. Men are cheaters, men are liars, men are fucking drama farmers too. So I don't understand, like, what are you saying, bro? And it's like, I'm not saying that women have no conflict, but I'm saying that I feel like it's less likely. Because, ironically enough, under patriarchy, men are incentivized to literally step over one another for social status or to be the more masculine person. So, with that said, I don't really believe that women start conflicts more than men. In fact, I feel like it's less so. There's a reason why, regardless of demographic, women are way less fucking violent than men and get arrested way more for things like, assault and battery or murder less than men. And again, like I said, I'm not saying women don't start conflicts at all, big or small, but I will say I feel as though women are a lot less violent and a lot less confrontational with men because it's incentivized for women to be less confrontational and less violent than men. Men, on the other hand, like I said, through patriarchy, are incentivized to live your life in a pissing contest to step over one another. Like literally, like watching the Manosphere channel, they talk about it all the time. You gotta be the hardest hustler. You gotta have the biggest muscles. You gotta have the most guns. You gotta have the most this. You gotta be ready to do that. Like, people like y'all never shut the fuck up about what men have to be ready to do or what men have to do. And sometimes, a display of masculinity can be starting a conflict with somebody that you perceive is weaker. So again, like, I don't see this with women. And then it's like, dude, somebody like you again later on. Like, I feel like, dude, like, don't get me wrong. Even though I dealt with shit when I was a child too. Like, you probably got made fun of by a woman, by women when you were younger, and you took it into adulthood where you turn every interaction with women into a fucking conflict. And then, ironically enough, you turn around and blame it on the women. So the issue here, pal, is probably you and yourself, and it's not women in general.
That's what they do. They like that. They enjoy the conflicts. They enjoy the drama. I don't understand what it is per se, but that's just how they are. If you ever watch Jerry Springer, if you ever watch Maury, or if you ever watched any of those daytime...
Are you fucking kidding me, bro? Really? Daytime trash fucking TV? It's called trash TV for a fucking reason, you fucking moron. Those TV shows literally are drama farming shows that, number one, they say some of the people on there that was arguing and fighting were fucking faking it. And not to mention the fact these shows are literally... These shows are literally, how can I even put this shit? Structured in a way to find dramatic situations to exploit for profit. So, these fucking bitch ass TV shows are not representative of wider society because their profit motive is drama.
Talk shows, those daytime TV talk shows like that, where they bring people on, for people who are lying, cheating, pregnancy tests, and then people fighting with each other, girls fighting with each other. Oh, that's my man. Oh no, that's my man. Oh no, he slept with me. He's want to be with me. Stupid shit.
Yeah, you wish they'd say that to you, don't you?
Shit like that. I mean, it's just, and even it doesn't even have to be that. They start conflict for no fucking reason.
Like what?
A lot of them, I don't know if it's like, obviously I'm a guy, so I just don't really know how women think. That's kind of obvious, but I don't know if it's just how they are. I don't know if it's just personality.
I said it a couple of times, but before he closes out the segment, I'll say it again. Then I'm gonna like drink some water or some shit like that. Dude, men I feel are more likely to start conflict than women because men under the patriarchy are in turn incentivized to live their lives in a pissing contest. So when you find a man that you feel are is weaker, you're incentivized to start conflict with him. So he will either you will beat him up or he will back down, whether it's a fight or argument. You show your masculinity by winning. So I feel like as a man, it's more incentivized for me to get into conflict than it is women who are taught to be more understanding, docile. And I'm not saying women don't get into drama or conflict at all, but I feel as though, you can reference like crime statistics, things like assault, battery, and what have you, and even murder, I'm sure. And you can see women do a lot of these things less than men. There's a reason for that.
I don't know if it's hormones, I don't know what the hell it is. But a lot of them just start shit for the sake of starting shit. That's just how they are. And like I said, there's some guys who are like that, who do that bullshit too. But specifically, I see this more commonly in women than I do men. They just enjoy the conflict. They enjoy the drama. I don't understand what's appealing about that, but that's just how they are. But once again, I just don't understand them. I don't understand a lot of them. So that's my number 2. Number 3, superficial as fuck. I swear to God, everything, especially in today's society.
No, I don't accept this shit either. That women are all superficial. Number one, it's like I think I've said this at the beginning of this video. This is another stupid fucking argument I preempted. It's all about the women that you chase, and it's all about the women you decide you want to talk to and give your time to. Now, if you're talking to and giving your time to superficial and ignorant women, that's your fault and that's your fucking problem. You could just find better, more humble and understanding women to talk to. There's a lot of women who don't wear name brand clothes at all. Or if they do wear name brands, they wear like, skater shit or down to earth shit. There's women who love thrifting. There's women who are minimalists when it comes to food preparation and shit like that. There's plenty of women out here who don't even fucking shower every fucking day. So this shit about women being fucking superficial is just fucking ridiculous. And that goes to the things that they like and do, and that goes to their expectations in men. Because most women just want somebody that has a fucking job with their head on their shoulders. By head on their shoulders, I don't mean a warrior hustling to fight the deep state and support Donald Trump. I mean a man who works, has a place to stay, and is not abusive. That's all most women fucking want. And all this bullshit about women want you to make $250 million a year, and they don't really understand what it's like to be a man in this society. This is stupid as hell. And it's rage bait bullshit drummed up by conspiracy theorists that don't want you to find anybody. They don't want you to get no fucking relationship. They want you to keep coming back clicking on them dumbass videos, and they keep regurgitating the same bullshit.
I swear to God, they're superficial as hell about everything. They want, if somebody does not fall in line with their beliefs or what they like or what appeals to them, then they don't give a shit. Perfect example.
I guess I can suppose. So what do we mean by fall in line? Do we mean political views or social views? Social views are different. I guess you can say, because a lot of women, at the end of the day, do have a lot of dumb social standards. But we need to understand why a lot of women have these social standards and why a lot of women have a lot of these superficial ways of thinking or viewing certain aspects of manhood or certain activities that men like to partake in. Not to mention the fact, like I said previously, there are women that are accepting of people who carry themselves differently. Two, on a politics thing, if that's what you're talking about, that's your fault. That's a fucking problem. Literally, this is the meme that we see today. Women won't date me because I'm conservative. I think that's a good reason for women not to date you, because you're pro hierarchy. You don't see a relationship as a team effort or both of y'all working together to create a family or a better place for both of y'all to live, place as in financially and literally. You see women as house slaves. You don't see women as partners to help further your life in a more positive way. You see women as people who owe you something. You see women as people who have to live up to a certain socio-economic standard. And then when people don't agree with this shit, you want to kind of get mad. Like, women are being superficial because they don't agree with my right-wing biases about various subject matter. And yet, it's like, even like shit like this, women are more likely to be accepting of queer people. No woman want to be with no motherfucker that they can't bring their gay friend around. You don't know how to fucking act. Like, you asking them all kind of weird questions, like do you have a boyfriend, sir? Oh, do you do this? Do you do that? Being fucking weird to their queer friends. No woman want to be around nobody like that, bro. That try to forces them to only have certain kind of friends, or trying to force them to live a certain kind of way. So that sounds like a personal problem. Things that you need to improve about your mindset about certain things in life, rather it just wholesale being something wrong with women.
How somebody looks. Perfect example. Appearance, looks, so on and so forth. I swear to God, man, I've seen this so many fucking times over the years. I've seen this so many fucking times with women now.
And it's like, don't get me wrong, I feel like women do, well, it's not even being superficial about appearances. I feel like human nature sometimes, it's not even human nature, bro. I'm not gonna even get this, because I try to give some of his arguments benefit of the doubt. This is some bullshit. Number one, bro, like, what do you mean by women are superficial about looks, especially if we talking about you? Number one, dog, make sure that you actually taking a shower every motherfucking day. Don't be like, trying to say women are superficial when you're not taking care of yourself. You're not showering. You're not shaving. You're not doing your hair. You're not trying to not necessarily buy expensive clothes. You can fucking thrift, but you're not trying to wear like clean clothing and shit. And you sit in your mom's basement watching wrestling all fucking day, smelling like mildew, talking about some women are bitches. That's what a lot of y'all motherfuckers do, and then you turn around and wonder why women are the way that they are. Number two, you gotta actually try. And like I said, make sure you're talking to women who are more open to people like you. And then it's like, bro, women ain't gonna necessarily fall in love with you over fucking night. It could be a long and storied process of talking to somebody over time. Somebody else who's single, by the way. I'm not telling you to go simp for somebody, like actually fucking simp. And I'm not telling you to be a bitch to any woman because they found somebody else either. So I'm not saying that. But I'm saying it could take a while. You don't know if a woman likes you or not. And it's not about you being fat, dude. Like, it's like this with this guy. I feel like it's your personality. It's a lot of the social standards that you have for women and that you have for men, or that you have for masculinity in general, that repels women away from you, man. Like, you can't blame women for your problems and the things that you decide that you want to believe.
It's like they're superficial as hell. If somebody has a different opinion than them, or a difference of opinion than them, or if somebody looks a certain way or acts a certain way, then they don't give a shit. They don't. They automatically judge you just based on how you look. I can't tell you how many fucking times women have done that shit to me and to other guys as well. I'm not just trying to, I'm not just trying to state, I'm not saying this just for myself, because I've experienced this a lot. But there are a lot of other guys who can vouch for what I'm saying here. They're superficial as hell. They only care about looks. They only care.
Only some women do that shit. Not all women are superficial and go off looks. Like, dude, if you clean yourself up one day and you put on, like, even if you want to wear like wrestling merchandise, like a woman, like, and it's like, what type of women are you talking to? Because it's like this, dude. Every time I've been in public, right, very rarely of the time I've been like actually blown off by a woman, not completely just like not wanting to talk at all. Women are actually very fine with talking to people when you ask how their day is going, or if you see a woman on like the side of the water and she's just like looking out and shit like that, you go say, hey, how you doing? Most women will have a conversation with you. And I feel like, bro, especially if you are a nerdy guy, target and talk to nerdy women, because a lot of motherfuckers like this, bro, and I've seen it for many years, bro, especially growing up in Detroit, Michigan, especially growing up in a quote unquote hood, where you will see a lot of these motherfuckers that'll be like how can I even put this shit? They would be like, nerdy alternative, right? And instead of going to talk to women who are also nerdy and alternative, you go try to find fucking the fucking head cheerleader in high school, or some girl that you clearly can see ain't gonna be your type of woman, and you approach them anyway, and then when they tell you that they are not interested, you get fucking mad. And I'm not saying find a woman that likes the exact same shit as you. Just find a woman that can be accepting of you for who you are. Whether you're doing matches about dating online or matches about dating in person. A lot of y'all motherfuckers go for women who you clearly have no chance with. And it's not even necessarily, bro, because you look a certain way. It's because, number one, you probably don't take care of yourself. And two, because again, you're going for women who don't want anything to do with you to begin with.
Care about appearance. They only care about money, how much money you make, or what your job is, or how you look, or what you're into. Just stupid shit like that. This is one of the reasons why I can't fucking date women nowadays. I can't get with any women. I can't deal with these women today. Because you can't even fucking approach them. Because
And it's like, bro, this is that leftist joke that people make, and I'm literally starting to see why they make that joke now. Have you actually been outside or even online to talk to a woman? There's plenty of women out here, dude. Because if you like wrestling, because to some extent, I'm not gonna say I'm a wrestling fan, but I like wrestling. Look, me. I'm married. I'm fucking married. Skate Punk Lefty is married. I'm married now, and I've been in 3 relationships. This one is my final one. I'm married. I'm married now, and I worked regular factory jobs, unionized factory jobs, but regular factory jobs in general. I've stayed at home. I've not had a vehicle. I've I like all type of alternative shit. I collect action figures. I fucking I skateboard. I'm a black skateboarder. I listen to alternative music, like punk rock, alternative rock. I listen to old school rap. I wear 90s style clothing. My hair often of the time is exactly what you see on the screen. But somehow I got married, you can fucking do it too. And I think that's more so because I properly strategized and had a more social understanding of who I was and what's going on around me rather than bumping my head into the same bullshit and then just getting angry about it. See, a lot of y'all motherfuckers get into this situation when it comes to dating, like this stagnant dating, is because, ironically enough, y'all are the ones that are superficial. Because this guy, look, bro, if it's like a, let's say it's like a chunky, like little white girl, she has like blue hair, and she's like alternative, right? Not even necessarily like full on leftist, but I feel like women who look like that often of the time are leftist. Wants to talk to this guy online, right? She matches with him on Tinder and she says hi, right? And then put like, like the little cute 3 with the 2 dots right there. And then he be like some, ugh, this fat leftist bitch. I don't want to talk to her. You're gonna be rebellious, and I can't control you. You're probably a whore. You fucking will. Why are you talking to me? And then at the same time, ignore women, that are more relatable and that can respect him for who he is, and then wind up going for let me see what we got on here. Oh, this girl, ooh, look at her. She got a fat ass. Ooh, she could probably OnlyFans model. I want to talk to her. And then, come back to this video. Oh, women are fucking superficial bitches, man. Women just want you to make a lot of money and like just like not be fat, bro. I just don't know what to even do nowadays, bro. That's literally the shit y'all do. And y'all wind up single for very long times because y'all are the ones that are ironically very fucking superficial and ignorant about your positions in life and ignorant to, what women actually want. Like literally, bro, you don't make any sense, dude, with any of the shit you're saying.
because they're superficial as fuck. They'll just fucking look at your ass and judge you instantly, and then they just fucking snub their nose up at you like you ain't shit. They do that shit all the time. They don't even have to say anything to you. I can.
And this is nervous wreck shit. Why are you paying so hard attention to what every fucking body does around you, man? Mind your own business and worry about your fucking self. Worry about, and that might sound a little red pill here. Worry about self-improvement. Worry about finding some women that are more relatable to talk to on the fucking internet. If you actually did that, you would, actually find somebody. Drop these dumbass superficial standards that you have. Stop projecting them onto the rest of society, especially towards women, and understand that you have things that you need to improve on. You have to improve on your mind and your way of thinking. And that's if you got a job and good hygiene.
Just tell just by how they look at you. Like, I'm the kind of way there. I took psychology in high school, right? About a half a year, but it was only half a year. But I took psychology in high school, and like getting back to my point, I'm very instinctive. I'm very observant. I can notice just little things that people do, like how they look at you, how somebody looks at you, like how I can tell how somebody feels about me just by things like how.
I took in a high school psychology class, so I know women are superficial by how they look at me from my high school psychology class. Dude, you need to go to fucking therapy. Like, honestly. Because, don't get me wrong, I grew up going, I went to high school, right? But when I went to high school and I went through all that dumb shit, I was angry for a while after high school. I'm not gonna even lie, I wasn't a leftist overnight. But after I started to actually break down things that were happening to me in society, I actually met, cool women who didn't even necessarily become my girlfriend. I just met a couple of cool women. I eventually, I would eventually, you know, branch out, become a leftist, and then eventually wound up dating a few women who, relationships went the way that they went. And then eventually after that, I winded up, I winded up, getting married later on.
Just how they look, how they act around you, things they say, facial expressions, body language. I can just tell just from a person just doing those slight things, like how they, may feel towards me, even if they don't say anything. I'm very observant. I pick on that stuff. I pick up on that shit very quickly. And one thing that I notice about women, I can literally run into any woman on the street, not say a damn thing to her. I don't know this person or they don't know me. Not even say a damn word to them. Haven't done shit to them. And they'll just look at me and instantly fucking judge me just based on how I look. That
Everybody
is the kind of
fucking
shit.
does that, dude. You do it to women, apparently. Because you looking at them, look at you, and you're assuming that they're judging you. You're assuming that they're fucking bad people. Everybody passes judgment when they look at somebody, dog. And unfortunately, that's the society that we live in. But I wish that your ass would just understand that and move the fuck on with your life. Two, you care way too fucking much about what people got to say about you. And I feel like you're dragging a lot of baggage around from shit that happened to you when you was a kid. And instead of moving past that shit and understanding like, okay, some people are fucking dumb, some people ain't shit. You want to fucking trog through that and like, have that shit on you your whole fucking life. It's ridiculous, man.
I am talking about. That is one of the things that pisses me off the most about women today. Superficial as fuck. Superficial as hell. And once again, they're proud of that shit. And you people vouch for that shit. You guys who sit up here in white knight and want to fucking kiss these women, these women's asses because you want to get some. Because you want to get some. I'm sorry, I'm not like.
And it's like this, dude. It's like I'm saying throughout this entire fucking video. My point is that women aren't superficial necessarily. There are superficial women. My points are, number one, your dumbass is chasing superficial women. You're literally probably the type of guy from the analogy earlier. Don't call me no white knight. I'm pissed off now. But you're the guy from the fucking analogy who will literally like go to a fucking strip club talking about some baby. I got $1,000 on me. I can take you away from this. And then when she laughs at you or tells you to get the fuck or get the bouncer to throw you the fuck out, you want to get mad and blame your fucking experience, that dumb shit you did, on all women. Two, it's not about saying women are not superficial, but men can be every bit as fucking superficial and stupid too. This is a human thing. It's not a man-woman thing. And by the fact that you're, especially in some of your other fucking videos where you have all these expectations for how women should behave, what women can and can't do, your ass has a lot of superficial expectations too. So I really don't think it's fair for you to try to essentialize women.
That. I refuse to change for anybody. You understand? That's just how I am. If you don't like me for me, I don't give a shit. But yeah, that's my number 3. Women are just superficial as hell. And it's very obvious. Very obvious. Like they don't even try to hide it. They don't even try to hide it. They're proud of that shit. So that's my number 3. Let me just move on. Number 4, greedy. They are greedy as hell. And this is something that I think just really a lot of women today.
I'm making a fat joke. I don't care. Shut your fat ass up. I know you ain't calling nobody greedy. Oh my God. So what the fuck does this mean that women are so called greedy? Like and it's like I said to first begin with, bro, is women don't really expect men to have a lot nowadays, especially women between, I want to say, 18 and 30. Women understand that our society has come to a point where men are not the men of the 1950s, 60s, and 70s. The things about wealth divide, accumulating capital, and getting housing and all the other type of shit. Most women have an understanding that this stuff doesn't happen overnight, and women are not expecting men to be like fucking millionaires that buy them every little fucking thing. So this is pretty much moot, and I see that this section is pretty short, but at the end of the fucking day, men can be just as fucking greedy. In fact, men are incentivized to be greedy more than women. Women are ironically some of the time, unless we're talking like liberal feminism, girl boss bullshit, are incentivized to just take what they can get and be fucking happy and shut up. When men are actually taught to be the go getters, to chase and get fucking more money, more cars, more fucking boats, more fucking houses, a bigger fucking house, guns, lots of fucking guns, a truck, a bigger fucking truck. And whatever the fuck else you can get, the amount of football jerseys and t-shirts, whatever the fuck you can get. Men are actually taught, ironically enough, and targeted the most with consumerism and greed. And often at the time, a lot of men are never fucking satisfied with what they have, which is why often at the time a lot of men cheat. So I don't even want to hear this shit about women being more greedy than men. And I feel like greed is not in human nature. I feel like our society, especially under capitalism, incentivizes people to be greedy, both in a social sense, but especially an economic sense. But, greed is not human nature between men or women. And, saying this is it's just another stupid fucking point.
Just a lot of women today who grew up, with their, I think this is a kind of a thing with a lot of women today. They grew up, when they grow up, when growing up, they were handed everything. They were given everything. Daddy's little girls and shit. All these little princesses, what have you, who their parents gave them everything they want. And as a result, they get spoiled, they get stuck up, and they demand everything be handed to them. And then that sort of behavior translates or carries over to when they grow up.
And again, this comes around full circle, like I've said the past 3 times. Those are the type of women you're deciding to fucking talk to. You can at any fucking time talk to women who work for a living. Talk to women who live like sort of on the tougher side. Plus, how the fuck do you know that a lot of women live like that? Well, let alone most fucking women. Most women don't fucking live like that, especially ones that live in working families. Kids in general don't fucking get everything that they fucking want. And if you meet a woman like that, simply don't talk to her. That's all the fuck you gotta do. Instead of fucking rage baiting it for the rest of your fucking life because a woman asked you to buy her a pack of fucking 9-laters 6 years ago. Now you're like, oh, women are greedy. You don't want to go to McDonald's on a date? Come on, we gotta go to an actual restaurant? That's your fucking fault. For the decisions that you made about the women that you want to fucking date. And don't blame that on everybody the fuck else.
They get into a relationship and they expect guys to just give them fucking everything just based on that, just because they're them, just because they say so. That's a fucking bullshit I'm talking about. In a relationship, to me, this is just how I feel. Nobody has to agree with me. This is just how I feel. In a relationship, it should be a 50-50 mutual relationship. It should be, everything should be.
And that's what most women want nowadays. Most women are not expecting like a 60-40 or 90-10% type shit. Most women that are not superficial, most women that actually work for a living and are just like working at Target or Walmart or something like that, or TGI Fridays, most women who are going through college just want to do 50-50. Most women understand that men cannot do everything yourself. It's not physically possible for you to even notice, bro. Nobody lives alone nowadays, and how everybody lives with a fucking roommate. It's impossible to live and do most things by yourself these days. And women understand a lot more than a lot of men, apparently, that a relationship is also a fucking partnership. And I bet further as we go along in this video, I'm going to try to put a pin in that, because you're going to fucking contradict yourself. I can guarantee.
Right down the middle. It should be mutual. The affection should be mutual. The contribution should be mutual. The financial should be mutual. Everything should be mutual. Everything has to be 50-50 for me.
We could take the fucking pen out of there. He has another video saying requirements to date me and saying that women have to do all the housework and shit like that and other shit. So yeah, you don't even believe what you even saying right now, dude. You don't practice what the fuck you preach. You're a fucking huge hypocrite. And maybe in this video you would contradict yourself, but I know from that other video that I watched those people cover, you are fucking contradicting yourself. So you don't actually believe in a 50-50 relationship. You believe women are like your house slaves and men are supposed to just be like the warrior kings of the fucking house. You think you should be a fucking warlord. So I like I said, I discard this like women are greedy shit. This is stupid too.
But the problem with these women today is they want everything handed to them. They're greedy as fuck. They want all the fucking money. They want guys to buy them everything. I made a post on Facebook about this. Some of you might know. For those of you who are friends with me on Facebook, I shared this post on Facebook. One of my friends on my timeline had, and I shared that shit because it was just some girl basically. It was just some woman basically saying, "Oh, the guy." Number 5, and this is a big one for me. This is another big one for me. They cannot stay loyal to one man. I swear to God, in this.
Again, this is not every single fucking woman out there, and yeah, sometimes women cheat, and I feel like, man, I don't know, because I heard a study on it, especially when it comes to relationships, especially after a woman gets pregnant, men are more likely to cheat than women. Women at the end of the day are the ones I feel that are letting down their guard and letting down their fucking security to let a fucking man into their fucking space, into their personal fucking little world, which you know is very, I don't know how to put it, which is like, and I'm not saying men don't have the same thing, but it's just like, you know, women are letting their guard down, I feel like, just that much more. And you know, men, like I said, are letting their guard down too. I guess both are. And a lot of men, because we are incentivized to sleep with as many women as possible, to not be loyal to women, to not be tied down to people, we wind up cheating because we're around either A, bad friends that give us terrible dating advice, that tell us that you know, oh, fuck that bitch, come out with the boys tonight, you loyal to that bitch, look at him, he's fucking tied down. And you know, don't be wrong, I'm not saying women don't do that too, but often of the times with men under patriarchy, that's a fucking issue too. So I don't believe this shit where you know, where, and I feel like cheating is a multi-demographic thing, and no gender should be blamed more than the other for cheating. I feel like it should be incentivized that if you want to have sex with somebody else, you just leave. But at the end of the day of all this, I will say, you know, the way to solve this problem is, I guess at the end of the day, number one, you got to learn to trust. Sometimes your heart gets broken, but you got to be constructive with what happened to you and not get angry and blame that shit on all women. That's if this guy's being in a relationship to get cheated on. And 2, I guess don't listen to rage bait bullshit, because you got all type of YouTube channels where they will literally find cases and legal trouble about, you know, men getting cheated on, and they will fucking literally you know, publicize it in a tilted way to make women look bad. So, and I also can say this again kind of follows to the women that you are deciding to talk to.
Especially in this day and age where you got things like adultery, you got things like girls sleeping with multiple guys, you know, sluts, you know, prostitution, all that kind of stuff. Now you got...
And men have been doing that shit for fucking ages, dude. Are you fucking kidding me? Men have been sleeping with multiple women, both in and out of relationship, for fucking decades, hundreds of fucking years. It's been normalized for men to fuck around. And women are not only within the past couple of years getting around to being accepted for just like sleeping around and having casual sex. And you, ironically enough, are contributing to the fucking stereotype problem right now. Not to mention the fact, you know, this ironically a lot of incels don't understand. It's like when you denormalize people having casual sex, you create a society where you're less likely to have casual sex. Because if you are like some type of guy where, because I feel like a lot of incels at the end of the day don't necessarily want to be in a relationship at first. Some of y'all just want to fuck. And when you create a society where women are shamed and put down for fucking around, you put less incentive or less well, you put more weight on women when they do it, so women are less likely to fuck around, which means everybody around gets less pussy from women being slut shamed. And I'm not saying we should support women's rights for the benefit of men, but I'm saying men in a roundabout way benefit from the support of women's rights. And it's ridiculous for anybody to turn table and say, "Oh, actually, it's a bad thing for women to sleep around because what now? What the fuck is that? It's a bad thing for women to sleep around because that makes them sluts." And so that means every time you have sex, you're gonna have to be in a relationship.
Nowadays, especially, you got women going together, women getting together with other women, lesbianism, bisexual, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, stuff that's none of your goddamn business, bro. I do not like when conservatives try to talk about LGBT folks, because, like, number one, y'all supposed to be the party of individualism and personal freedom, and religious freedom too. So if two people are deciding to be gay or lesbian together, that's none of your fucking business or concern. Full fucking stop. This is just conspiracy driven bullshit that y'all come up with in order to divide people for no fucking reason. Y'all only criticize gay people because y'all are desperate to feel normal, to feel better than somebody the fuck else. People who are living their lives being married and happy have nothing to do with the ills of your fucking dating life, dude. And notice how I said this earlier, you fucking homophobe piece of shit, where I told you, and I'm telling every incel, like, that homophobia shit, it's not just the sexism, it's also the homophobia shit, because a lot of women, again, have LGBT friends, and they don't want no motherfucker that can't, sit around and have a conversation with a lesbian or a gay man, and without asking weird questions or acting fucking retarded. No woman wants to be around that, man.
You got all this shit out here. And like I said before, I'll say this again. I don't have a problem with the LGBT community.
So why the fuck did you bring it up like that? This would be like saying, like, oh, we got all this stuff going on where you got whites dating blacks, blacks dating Hispanic people. Not that I have a problem with black people. It's just whatever the fuck you about to say. But all I'm saying is that that's the very definition of fucking bigotry, where you angrily fucking bring up an entire demographic of people for no reason and somehow try to foist them into your fucking life failures, which might be caused by things outside of your control, like how you was born, like your body weight, or the city you was born into, or township, or whatever. But at the same time, that just because you're going through shit in life doesn't mean you get to, blame shit on other demographics of people that I can guarantee have nothing to fucking do with whatever the fuck this guy's going through. This guy right here is going through the shit he's going through because he's a bad person. And I'm seeing why people tear into this guy so fucking hard, because LGBT people have nothing. And it's like, this reminds me of the next video I'm about to do with the Dave Chappelle shit, bro. Like, one thing that a lot of motherfuckers need to understand, the root causes of a lot of social and economic problems in society is not due to the existence of other fucking minorities or minorities in general. There's other things to blame. And it's like, for your fucking dating problems, bro, and it's like, I try to wait to the end of the video, you can blame economic austerity and neoliberal politics, creating a society where people work more, they relax more, and actually get a chance to meet people, the breakdown of public services where people don't have places to hang out and sit down anymore, how we live our lives on the internet and on consumerism, and how a lot of the beauty standard and beauty industry creates a society for both men and women have to fit a certain way. You could talk about social and racist stereotypes that teach people that they have to be a certain way to be fucking dateable. You could be talking about all that shit, but you're bringing up either, because it's like throughout this whole fucking video, bro, and I'm trying to make it through it all. Throughout this whole fucking video, it's either a fucking assumption, some dumbass you making an ass out of you and me type shit. And then if it's not an assumption, it's blaming everybody else for your fucking problems. You blaming everybody else for the decisions that your ass made, that everybody else has nothing to fucking do with.
The one thing that I noticed about bisexual women is that they just can't be trusted. They can't be trusted because 1 minute...
What do you mean? What does this even fucking mean? This is just fucking bigotry. First of all, how do you know? You never been in a relationship at all, let alone with a woman that's fucking bisexual. 2, that's just bigotry. You're assuming shit about people who you've probably never known that you've been in the same room as. And again, you see what I'm saying? Like, women, you want, it's like this. Look, this is what I'm talking about. Like, first of all, I'm gonna tell you something, bro, really sprucey. A lot of women that are alternative, that like things like professional wrestling, anime, and other alternative stuff, are often at the time bisexual. You're a homophobe. And, so you kind of see why you can't find nobody to date. You kind of see how you're being superficial about shit that don't fucking matter. Shit that doesn't fucking happen. Like, you so afraid of some shit. Where did you read this shit from? That's what I want to know at this point. Somewhere you done, like, came across some shit where you done read, like, bisexual women will cheat on you with the woman. Who the fuck told you that? That's fucking ridiculous. I done heard more stories about motherfuckers having threesomes because they wife or girlfriend was bisexual. I rarely of the fucking time hear this shit where they're talking about some, bisexual women can't be trusted because they'll cheat on you with the woman. You making assertions about people for no fucking reason, bro. And this is why, and it's like, don't get me wrong, bro. There's things to analyze and talk to about, society and social expectations with these people. But when you say dumb shit like that, that's when people cuss you out and make fun of you. Because that's fucking ridiculous, bro. Because like I said, the existence of minorities, whether it's people of color or LGBT people, have nothing to do with any of your fucking failures in life. Your failures are on you and can to some extent be your fault. And it's like, yeah, sure, some things can be out of your control. But that doesn't give you the right to double down on fucking bigotry for no reason, bro. Now tell me again this fucking bigoted bullshit about how bisexual women are somehow untrustworthy.
You think you think you're in a relationship with them, you think that they're loyal to you, you think this, you think that, and then the next minute they're out getting busy with some other woman. You got women on women want to date other.
Well, I guess I already covered him saying that, man. I'm gonna see what else he has to say on this, but after this, I'm gonna skip forward. Cause that was one of the dumbest, because I already talked about that and debunked it. I can't even. I'm not gonna keep repeating myself because he repeats himself a lot. I'm gonna try not to repeat myself no fucking more.
Women exclusively. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. There's no loyalty now. There's no loyalty with these women. I'm not just talking about bisexual and that sort of thing. I'm just talking about generally speaking. Generally speaking. And people complain about guys who cheat on their women. And there are some douchebag guys out there who do that shit. There's douchebag.
Some? Dude, it's literally been niggas that done ruined their marriage and, hurt their fucking children because they want to, do something with some fucking, bitch at the office or, some bitch that work at the plant or some motherfucker that they, met at the bar. So, cheating, again, to me, is a 50-50 problem. It's not a, man or woman thing. It's a gender problem where everybody should be working on being more loyal and respectful to other people. Then if you want to have sex with somebody else, you leave. So, I just repeated myself. I'm gonna see what else he got to say.
Guys who claim that they're loyal to one woman. The woman does everything for them. Takes care of some of them. Some of these women, honestly, and this is another thing. Some of these women do way too much. Do way too fucking much for these douchebag, dirtbag, scumbag guys who ain't worth a damn. Yet they do everything.
And it's like, number one, I don't know if he's like angry at the chads, as the incels would call it, or I don't know if he's like emptily virtue signaling right now. But I feel as if, like I say, more often at a time, more often at a time, women are more likely to be cheated on than men, because it's actually frowned upon for women to cheat still by most people. Women cheating and sleeping around is still very taboo. But a man cheating because he found a different woman, because like, if you cheated, bro, most guys will tell you like, oh bro, you fucking two women. But if a woman cheats, she gets called a whore. Hypocrite.
Everything for them. They take care of them, and they do all these things for them just to get their affection. These guys don't give a shit. They fucking abuse them, cheat on them, and all that shit. And then the women go out here and talk about, oh, there's no good men in the world. Oh, there's no good men. Oh, my man cheated on me, blah, blah, blah. And they come up with this big fucking sob story. And then they'll go out and they'll find some other guy who's
literally doing the same fucking thing. Like, literally, man. You're doing the same fucking thing right now, man. Where something that happened to you in the past, instead of analyzing it and understanding why it happened or moving along from what happened, you're literally making a 25-minute video bitching that all women do X or all women do fucking Y. So, like, man, I can't, bro. Let me move on, bro. Move on. Sex appeal. Okay, first of all, this is fucking hypocritical right here. Cause, okay, nigga, you went on a whole fucking spiel about how superficial women are, but now, if in this section of this fucking video, I'm just gonna skip it and not listen to it. If you're being fat phobic, if you're being superficial about looks or weight or skin or any of that shit, I'm skipping it, because you're a huge fucking hypocrite. Because you're saying basically now that women can't be superficial or choose a guy that, if they want a muscular guy, it's women that like fat niggas. And ironically enough, if women want a skinny guy, if women want like a medium-sized, tall to short guy, or a guy that makes this, that, or the other, they're being superficial. But you got an entire section in your video called fucking sex appeal. So, like, dude, you're a fucking hypocrite. And I knew, as I came out of that one section in this video, I knew you was gonna say some dumb shit that was gonna contradict one of your earlier points, man. You're just really that fucking dumb.
Absolutely not. That's just, it is what it is. So that's my number 5. That's a big one for me. Number 6, use sex appeal to get what they want. I don't know how many times I've seen this too. Women will dress in provocative clothing.
Use sex appeal to get things that they want. What the fuck does this mean? Like what the fuck is he talking about? Did he like a woman that was like dressed in some booty shorts trying to get to a party on time was like, hey, Mr. Because women don't even be talking to people like reckless enough. They always say, excuse me, do you know what time it is? Oh, bitch, you wore those booty shorts because you want me to look at my phone to tell you what time it is? You bitch, fuck you. Like, that's all I can think of when you say some shit like that. Like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Women, quote unquote, use their sex appeal to get things that they fucking want. First of all, bro, it goes back again to the women that you are allowing to occupy your time. You need to stop hanging around women that abuse you and start hanging around women that value your time and friendship, whether you're fucking them or not. Because that's why you keep running into that problem. Because you keep going up to women that have a lot of sex appeal, and then when they use that shit against you, you want to blame all women.
They'll have tight ass fucking jeans on, tight ass fucking skirts on, where you can see like all of their thighs. They wear these fucking tight low cut shirts on.
You're just describing women's clothes right now, dude. You know that women's clothes, bro. Because like how we dressed as men, especially alternative black men, or alternative men in general, or I guess you can even say some guys dressed like this. Women's clothes are meant to have sex appeal. Period, bro. Not all the time, every outfit, and it's like, don't get me wrong, people can dress modest, but it's like this. Women like to feel powerful. They like to feel strong. And there's a lot of women out here that do work out and look good and they want to show it off. And it's not about impressing anybody or using their sex appeal to control people. It's because women are proud to be women. They're proud to have the parts of their bodies that they fucking have. And just because a woman wears like a fucking crop top or some booty shorts or a short skirt or thigh highs or whatever, it's not always about sex appeal. A lot of the time when women put on clothes, it's because that's what's on the rack nowadays, and that's what the fuck they buy, and that's what the fuck they wear. And then also on top of that, women will wear certain outfits because they want to feel powerful for themselves by themselves. It doesn't have anything to do with what us men think. Like, get that through your fucking skull, dude. Like, everything women do is not to impress men. And the very thought of thinking like that is ironically sexist. And it took me a while to get around to this, but now you're being informed. Every single time a woman wears a revealing outfit is not about impressing us.
Breasts hanging out and all that shit, and they wear all this fancy, like, revealing, provocative,
Not to
slutty
mention,
clothing.
men do it too. Men, especially these days, are starting to wear tight clothes, tight fitting t-shirts, gray sweatpants, and all type of shit like that. So this bullshit about men literally sometimes will go outside in summer with their fucking shirt off. So this bullshit about it's just women that don't have sex appeal or weaponizing their sex appeal to get what they want. Men do it too, not to mention. It's just horse shit. This is horse shit. This is a waste of fucking time, dude. Both genders weaponize, at least most recognized genders, weaponize their sex appeal. And women, like I said, often the time when they're wearing clothes like that, it's not always about men. It can be sometimes be about impressing themselves or even sometimes other women.
And then they complain and bitch and moan about how, these guys are giving me all this attention. I'm sick and tired of all these guys hitting on me.
No, it's because what women are talking about is not people hitting on them or talking to them. Hitting on the women, and it's like, dude, as like a person that spends a lot of time outside, not these days, it's cold as fucking Michigan now, as we speak on this recording, there's snow on the ground. I go skateboarding a lot. Like, I will literally sometimes, even though I'm married, I will because my wife works in the evening, I work in the morning. I would literally skateboard for 8 hours in the summer. And a lot of y'all don't be approaching and trying to talk to women. Some of y'all are disgusting sacks of shit who should be ashamed of yourselves the way that y'all look at and treat women. Don't get me wrong. If you do a little stare sometimes, you can't catch yourself like looking at ass right out in public. You kind of you doing your thing, whatever. You going for a walk or whatever, and you catch a glimpse of some ass or something like that, or a titty, and you just kind of like, whoa, what am I doing? I'm staring way too hard. But some of y'all niggas will literally, y'all will be walking right, and then be a woman right that you can probably tell has wide hips, and then y'all would literally do one of these to try to look at their ass. Being weird for no reason, bro. And not even just the weird staring and glaring and gawking. You had niggas that are 46 years old staring at women that are 18, 19. Which is, creepy as fuck. And then, even on top of that, some of y'all can't even approach women in a normal way. Some of y'all niggas, bro, instead of just approaching women and y'all just go up to them when they standing there somewhere. Hey miss, how you doing today? What you doing out here? You just looking at the water, you chilling out here. Y'all would be hey, can I get your number? Can I get your number? Can I get your number? You about to, y'all about to fucking try to attack them or box them in. And then y'all don't only just go over there by yourself. Y'all have three niggas behind you. You approach her from this way, you have three niggas behind her. And then, can I get your number? Can I get your number? Why can't I get your number? You a bitch. Fuck you, bitch. I can't get your number. Y'all do shit like that all the time, bro. It's terrible. It's fucking terrible. And that's why women talk about things like sexual harassment and even sexual assault. Because a lot of y'all niggas are fucking weird. Y'all give men a bad fucking name. Because you can productively approach women both online and in person without being a fucking creep. But instead of doing that, y'all do the weirdest fucking shit for no reason, bro. And then you had the nerve to turn around and be like something, well, she shouldn't have had all that ass out, bro. That's why I approached her like that. I thought she'd be down. Like, no, nigga. That's a fucking human being that's so happy to be wearing a certain outfit. Talk to him like a normal fucking person.
Sick and tired of all these perverts hitting on me. Well, look at the way that you're fucking dressed. Look at the shit you're wearing. Why don't you wear something more, I don't know, decent? Stop dressing like a slut and maybe people won't be bothering you. You know? And I've said this, I've stated this on social media, and I got attacked by women. I got attacked a few years ago. I stated this opinion on social media, and I got attacked by group.
Yeah, and it's a dumbass opinion because women, and it's like ironically enough, bro, women that deal with like harassment and stuff, it's not even necessarily about the things that you're wearing. A lot of the time, it's about the fact that they're just a woman. Women deal with sexual harassment no matter what kind of outfit that they're wearing. They could be like literally women could be going to a fucking funeral in a black dress and you will have some nigga, like I said, do the double take to look at her ass when she's on the way to like mourn her father or something like that. So it's like, it's not about what they are wearing. It's about this shit will as long as we can see women the way that we see them, and women should be able to wear whatever the fuck they want, we're not going to even entertain any fucking like fundamentalist bullshit about women covering up every inch of their body. But in the fucking first place, a lot of y'all motherfuckers harass women regardless of whatever the fuck that they wear. And it's like, at the end of the day, bro, I say do this. Because, like, you know, I see women sometimes wearing revealing clothes. But, of course, being married, now I don't have shit to do. But even when I wasn't married, just have some self-respect and some honor. Do the right thing. Leave them alone. Go talk to a woman that's covered up more. Don't harass them. Do the right fucking thing. Instead of crying about it after you do some weird shit in public. Off some horny shit. Just like you see a woman that's wearing some shorts that's too short or a skirt that's too short, you just walk away, keep going about your day. Even if in your head you be like, damn, you know, but you just keep walking and you find a different woman to talk to. Instead of being weird and fucking festering on like shit that don't matter your whole fucking life. You could just do that. You could just do that. I don't know why you don't.
Group of women who I thought, you know, who were friends with me, who were cool, I was cool with at the time, they just fucking attacked me and shit. And it's like, that's just how it is. If you don't want fucking guys bothering you or hitting on you, whatever.
Like I said, this is really fucking dumb, bro.
Like, stop dressing in such slutty goddamn clothes. Stop dressing in such fucking revealing clothes. It's that simple. It's simple. This is simple stuff. My God. Holy shit, man. My God. But yeah, so that's number 6. Where was I? I lost my pen. Okay, here it is. Number 7, hypocritical with equal rights. This is another one. You always talk about equal rights. Equal rights for women. Oh, we want equal, you know, we want to be treated as equals. We want equal pay. We want equal this, equal that. You know, women's equality, women's empowerment, and all those kind of movements out. The Me Too movement, the Speaking Out movement. There's all this stuff about women's equality today. And
I feel like the Me Too movement only bothers you if you're a rapist. Like, you know, not only am I on, like, Me Too has kind of like died down today in 2024. Especially January 2024 at the recording of this video. But Me Too never bothered me because I'm not a fucking rapist. Like, are you putting your hands on somebody that you wasn't supposed to be putting your hands on or something? Because that's the only way Me Too should bother you. Because if you think rape is bad, like how these people ironically try to say LGBT people are rapists and shit. So if rape is bad, you should support Me Too. So, unless you rape somebody or you have the mindset of raping or taking advantage of women, Me Too shouldn't bother you.
I, for one, am just fine with women being treated like equals in the workplace or wherever. You know, they should have an equal opportunity to get employment, to get promotions and stuff.
Man,
they should have
just motherfuckers make me sick, bro. And I'm gonna talk over this because I don't have time for him dancing around the bullshit. What these people don't like is women having socioeconomic equality. You see, motherfuckers like this want to make it back to like pre-1972, pre-1970, when women couldn't have bank accounts and women couldn't have jobs and women couldn't start their own businesses and companies because that makes them more vulnerable to exploitation and more vulnerable to piece of shit men, because back in those days, women needed a man to survive, and they want to quote unquote return to tradition. They want to return to those times where women completely relied on men to survive, and they'll dance around it and post talk justify it and all they fucking want, but that's what they mean. Two, this dude wants to beat women. Because a lot of these guys and stuff like that, they be like so women, because they will literally, bro, and all these motherfuckers do it. Tate, Fresh and Fit, Sneeko, Aiden Ross, Nick Fuentes, all these motherfuckers that do it. They'll be like, women want equal rights, but if a woman hits me, right, she just gives me a little bit of a slap, and then I grab her fucking and I do this to her, and I do all that to her, then I'm called the sexist. That's literally the type of way that they thinking. A lot of people that say shit like that, like, oh, women want equal rights, up until it comes to violence and responsibility for their actions. These people want to beat women. Period, bro. I've never seen a person make this argument that was not pro violence against women. And they'll use any other subject to post talk justify it. But these people are fighting for the subjugation of women.
As much opportunities to do that as men do, as guys do. I believe that. I'm a firm believer of that. I have no problem with equal rights for women. But then what these women will do is when it comes to men, when it comes to their interaction with men, again, going back to my previous point about them being greedy and wanting everything, they want everything handed to them. They want the guy to do everything. They want the guy to pay for everything. What happened to equal rights? What happened to be treated as an equal? You got women in sports and combat sports, women want to fight men and stuff like that, and then if they get hurt or something, they blame the guy's the douchebag. He beat up a woman, he's a douchebag. Well, you're the one who wanted.
Every time I predicted that. I've never watched this video before. But these talking points are so common. I know when they start talking about equality, we're either going to go A, to the socioeconomic debilitation of women, or B, we're going to go towards because like I said, if we don't go to the socioeconomic deprivation of women, yes, my eyes are closed. We're going to try to post-talk justify violence against women. And I knew that we would get there. I knew he was going to come here, bro. And I'm not going to say I'm psychic. It's not I'm being psychic. I'm not extremely smarter than the average person or anything. It's just that these talking points are so common. I know them as I hear them, and I know them when I'm going to hear them. So, it's not really surprising that this motherfucker said that. Because people like this, because they're angry about whatever they went through in the past, they want to legally justify, abusing and putting their hands on women.
To get in the fucking ring with him, you're the one who wanted to fight the guy. So if you can't, if you get hurt as a result.
Not to mention the fact, unless this is being transphobic, I'm kind of getting a vibe from that. So in what scenarios have women wanted to fight men in UFC or martial arts? So when has that happened? And I mean actual men, not like trans women, because y'all are fucking bigots and y'all call trans women men, but and then y'all secretly go behind the scenes and watch their porn videos and shit. I know that in conservative states y'all have more of that on your search history than in blue states. So don't even get me started on that. But it's like, when has this happened, bro? I feel like you just want to, like I said, you're just trying to use sports to post talk justify the fact that you want to abuse women.
Well, that's on you. I'm sorry to sound like a prick, but it is what it is. You want equal rights, you want to be treated as an equal, then you should expect to get treated as an equal. Okay? You can't have it both ways. You can't want equal rights and then want everything handed to you. It doesn't work like that. If you want to be treated as an equal, you need to accept the consequences of that. You need to accept the conditions of that. So
I got to do one more bit on this. You know, when he says all that, you want to know what I hear. He says, so if you just want to be like treated equal, you expect, you should expect to, get it treated equal. You want to know what I hear? I hear, so you bitches want to work and have jobs and go to college and stuff nowadays. Y'all want all these equal rights and stuff like that. So, bitch, when I get my hands on you after you make me angry, ooh, and I do this to you, bitch. You don't call the police because we're supposed to be equal. That's basically what I'm hearing right now, bro. I cannot, and it sounds comical because it's really disturbing and fucked up. And it's like, you see why you're single, dude. But yeah, that's what I hear when he says shit like that. Cause he's saying like, oh, women, if you want equal rights, expect to be treated equally. You just want a reason to, like I said, deprive women of their rights and then beat women.
That's my thing. That's my thing in regards to that. Number 8, they use sex as a weapon. What I mean by this is, especially if they're in a relationship with somebody, if they don't get their way, or if the guy does something they don't like or whatever, then they'll withhold doing little things for them, like
withhold like little things like having sex, whatever. I don't like. Don't get me wrong. I feel like both genders will do this. Both genders sometimes will withhold sex from the other when they do something that they don't like. And I feel like the only time women will withhold sex from you is if you really gotta fuck up. And then not only did you fuck up, you don't apologize or try to fix whatever the fuck you did. Because men often the time don't like apologizing. And women gotta have some type of leverage in a relationship because men have everything fucking else. Men have the finances, men have the job, men own the house, men own the car. Often at a time in like most relationships. So when women at the end of the day wanna have some sort of power relationship, they withhold sex. Plus, when you piss somebody off, they probably ain't gonna be like horn dog on horny to fuck you anyway. You make somebody mad, they likely, whether it's regardless of gender, they ain't gonna wanna fuck after that. And there's very few scenarios where, this will like be prolonged. I feel like the only way that this will be prolonged where you're in a relationship and your wife doesn't want to have sex with you is that you did something and you don't apologize for it. Or you did something and you keep doing it. And to be honest with you, bro, I'm gonna let you. And it's like I'm gonna let all the incels in on a little secret about women, bro. Before we go anywhere else talking about women withholding sex and stuff like that. And it's like I hate to do this because I try to be a very clean person, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all. My experiences with women, the 5 women I've dated, I've dated 5 women in my entire life up to now. A secret is that women will not often withhold sex from a man that they're interested in. Women are disgusting fucking freaks. I'm just gonna be honest with you, bro. Like when it comes to everything that you can think of that you want done to you, women actively want to do it or want done to them. And that's the cleanest way I can put it. Is that trust me when I say women do not like go years without like having sex with somebody withholding sex. So this is also a myth. Because like I said, women are they're disgusting freaks. Trust me. Every woman that I've been with, because the women are incentivized to hide it and to portray a certain veneer of respectability. But when a woman is actually alone with their man or a man that they're interested in, like they on some other shit. And because a lot of us men, we be thinking like, oh man, I'm horny, bro. I just like want to fuck and all that. Women are worse. Because like, it's like, and I'm gonna tell you, and I can say that to every incel out there. I'm not trying to how I want to say wave sex in front of somebody like in a superficial way. and say, oh, look how much sex I'm having. But I'm just saying, like, you can trust in women to act, want to get around more than you think.
In a sexual way, or give them the cold shoulder, shit like that, and they do this with men that they're not with as well. Like, they'll try to say, oh, if you do this, I'll have sex with you, or if you don't do this, then I won't have sex with you. Just stupid shit like that. Just again using sex.
But women do not talk about sex like this either. This is just straight up incel dead, like brain dead shit right here, where women like actively walk up to you and be like, if you buy me this hamburger, I'll have sex with you. Women don't say or do that. Sex as an act, as it happens, is not something that's even discussed between the two people who are probably going to have sex later. And I can guarantee you that's probably even true for gay couples. Sex usually, in my experiences, as I've done it over the years and stuff like that, and I've been in these different relationships and friendships, it mostly just goes like you having a regular day, and then y'all get home together, and then whatever happens from there happens. That's usually how sex happens. Sex doesn't happen because, like, oh, if you take me out to dinner, I'll suck your dick. If you take me out to dinner, I'll that can get clipped really bad. If you take me out to dinner, I'll have sex with you. If you buy me this dress, I'll fuck you. If you do this, I'll give you, she'll give you a hand job. But women don't do this shit. This is a myth that women withhold sex because they want certain monetary prizes or certain things that to be achieved. The most women will withhold sex from you is after you take a shower after work. Other than that, women are not going around withholding sex. You know what I'm saying?
Appeal, using their appeal, because they know they're women, they can get away with that shit. Because obviously, guys, again, some guys are just gullible like that. I'm sorry to put some guys down like that, but it is what it is. I'm just calling it out. There's, guys out here who white knight, who want to do everything for these fucking women, and they'll just use them and play them and manipulate them and not give a shit. And that's the problem. And you want to reward them for that behavior. You want to justify that behavior. You justify that.
Yeah, and I'm literally right now not justifying it. I'm just saying that this shit does not happen. There is no women out there except actual prostitutes and sex workers that actually use their sex to get things that they want. This literally does not happen. I've never seen this before. In the many years that I have been dating, I've seen other people, in and out of relationship and stuff like that. This does not happen. Women don't just call off because they feel like it casually. I mean, not call off. I'm looking at my work and shit like that. But women do not, call sex off or call sex on based on things that you do. It either happens or it doesn't.
Seriously, you guys justify that shit. To me, there's no justification. There's no justification for that. If you're gonna do shit like that, I'm gonna call it out. I don't give a shit what you call me. Okay? I'm gonna call that shit out. And that shit aggravates the fuck out of me, man. Using sex as a weapon because they know they can get away with it. Because obviously there are a lot more guys out here. So women have it easy in regards to that. In regards to relationships, in regards to sex, women have it easy because there are a lot of guys out here who would just fuck with any woman. There's not a whole lot that we require in regards of looks. Like, you can be a moderately looking woman and you can still get a lot of guys who want to fuck you.
And then you can also be a moderately looking guy and still fuck a lot of women. It's all about what you are choosing to do. Then again, bro, it's like most incels, and trust me because I used to be one, you want a regular relationship. So stop comparing your life experiences with people that fuck around a lot and actually put some effort in becoming a better man to get into your relationship. This is fucking ridiculous, man.
And all that. But if you're a guy like me, if you're a guy like, just an average looking guy or a guy who doesn't have a whole lot going for him looks wise, you don't get shit. But these women have it easy in that regard. They have it easy. And that's one thing I fucking hate, when they use sex as a weapon like that. So that's my number 8, I'm sorry. Number 9, I've already covered this, but number 9, they want men to do everything. They want men to pay for everything.
Yeah, that means we won't go over it again either. Women are bipolar.
single right now because I refuse to be with somebody like that. So that's my number 9. And number 10, finally, they are bipolar and will turn on you in a heartbeat. Again, going back to no loyalty. Again, going back to, you know, just this is how women are. They like to start conflict. They like to start. There's no loyalty. They just, again, I don't know if it's the hormones or if it's just how they are as people. You just can't trust a lot of them. You just can't trust a lot of them because they'll turn on you in a heartbeat. I know a lot of women who I was friends with on Facebook seemed like they were nice. They were talkative. You know, I had multiple women who I'd be friends with on Facebook over the years, and they would talk to me and interact with me, and they seemed like they were genuinely interested, like they were genuine friends. And then they'll turn around like in a week or a month or a year or whatever, and they'll just fucking, oh, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to do this. I don't want to talk to you. Stop.
I mean, that's not being bipolar. And I told you at the beginning of this video, you know, that's what happened to him. That's why he was saying women are untrustworthy or quote unquote bipolar. Women don't want to talk to you because you're a piece of shit with abhorrent, chauvinistic, and misogynistic political views about women in relationships. So that turns women off and that makes them not want to talk to you because people like you, as we saw in that last part of that like that hypocrisy shit you was talking about, niggas like you beat women. Women don't want to be in proximity of or in a relationship with people that they can possibly have hands put on them by. So they avoid people like you, dude. So it's not them being bipolar, it's them looking out for their own personal safety.
Stop talking to me. Stop trying to talk to me. And then they'll fucking block you or whatever. And I've seen that shit I don't know how many fucking times. I don't know how many fucking times I've seen that. Countless fucking times. Countless. Bipolar. They'll turn on you in a heartbeat. They cannot be trusted. A lot of them absolutely cannot be trusted at all. And this is not me fucking just being, you know, he's just a virgin. Oh, he's just triggered. He's just mad because he can't get with it. No, this has nothing to do with that. These are observations that I have over time. My personal experiences with women like this. I'm speaking on personal experience. I'm not making this shit up. I'm not just pulling this shit out of my ass. These are things that I actually experienced myself. So before you go pulling that, oh, he's just triggered, he's just a beta male, he's just this, he's just that, oh, he's just mad because da-da-da, whatever the hell reason you're going to come up with.
It's a good reason. It's a good thing that I didn't say that. I said that women avoid you or they quote unquote act bipolar, like they want to talk to you one second and then they avoid you the next. It's because you are a terrible person with abhorrent chauvinistic political views about women. And, you know, with those type of views, you're likely to be highly abusive. Even if you ain't putting your hands on her, you are likely an abusive piece of shit. So women avoid you, man. That's your fault. And I guess we're at the end of the video now. What can we really even say? I guess the only thing I can really say, giving advice to anybody who's actually watched this far, is don't make assumptions about entire demographics of people because you had a few bad experiences up and down the line with women. You got to be more nuanced, and you got to also control what you do and think about the things you do. The world is not a zero-sum game where, you know, because this woman did this, that means all women do it. So this has been James, about to go take a fucking break, otherwise known as Escape Punk Lefty. Finally got through a video. You have a good rest of your day.